Thank you, Marty. Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine. Election Day is upon us. It's this coming Tuesday. Make sure you vote early. Make sure you vote often. Make sure you're carefully armed with the knowledge you'll get in your copy of Jewish Chicago. If you haven't gotten it off the newsstand or the street or the deli or Jewish organization, synagogue, whatever, you can go to abyworld.com, abyworld.com. It is available free there in its entirety. Friend me on Facebook, whatever else. Listen, we're down to talk business with the candidates. You want to know who they are. You want to know who to vote for. It is a pleasure to present you to the president of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, who is running for a second 6-year term as a member of the council, and seeing how she's president, which in her first term, that's pretty important stuff. Here she is, and she's been on the show before, Mariyana Spyropoulos. How are you?
Hi, Avi. Thanks for having me on the show.
First of all, pleasure. And how have you found your first term in MWRD?
I'm loving it. It's great to work with the Board of Commissioners. I have 8 colleagues on the board, and they're a great group. And the agency is very well run, 2,000 employees that do the day-to-day operations and make us look good. So I'm really enjoying it.
And you still have a AAA bond rating?
Absolutely. Our pension is on the right track to be fully funded. We're not there yet, but we're making the right decisions to get there. And we do have a AAA bond rating. Interestingly,
I think the only major government organization in Illinois that has one.
There may be a few others, but yeah, there's not a lot in the state of Illinois. So we're proud of that. So we must be doing something right.
I think you're doing a lot right over there. Not to mention the water's actually kind of clean.
Yeah, we have very good water here in Chicago. So.
And speaking of water, well, I know that Flint's been in the news a lot lately, and I know you were just over there.
Yes, on Saturday. I took a road trip with some other colleagues, 2 other commissioners. We went up to Flint, and what we had done at the Water Reclamation District, since water is our business, we set up an account for employees if they wanted to make donations, collected about $6,000. We're able to use half of that for a semi-truck of bottled water, 36,000 bottles we brought up there. And the other part was a donation to the food bank that's servicing that area. And what we learned up there is that 2 million bottles of water have already been distributed or used in the area. And for your viewers that don't know what's going on there, basically what's happening is the city decided to use river water instead of lake water. And the river water was not treated properly, and it was taking the lead out of the pipes and bringing it into people's homes, and a lot of frustration on the part of the population. But unfortunately, some, the younger members' children had been tested, and it was shown that they had high levels of lead in their body. So people are using bottled water instead of the water that they have there, and I'm hoping that the governor is going to do the right thing and get some money to go there and redo all their service mains, which is where that lead is coming into the system, to make sure that they have clean water.
Yeah, people who don't remember, lead can definitely damage your brain and then some, especially if you're young. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason you don't have lead in paint anymore. There's a reason you see fewer pencils than you used. Well, actually, now it's graphite. It's not really lead. But no, lead is a dangerous toxin beyond belief. Mm-hmm.
So back in the, I think in the 80s, the lead pipes were eventually outlawed. So it was a very common thing because it was a durable product. 100 years ago when it was determined to set up a lot of these systems. But then as they did studies, like you were pointing out, they showed that especially in kids that are more vulnerable, they're just developing, the lead was really affecting them. So, that's on the way out. So it's a lot of older systems that have the lead, and that's what we have to be careful about.
No, for sure. So are there, well, unfortunately, everybody in the MWRD has done such a good job. And I'm not just, believe me, I'm not, like being a TL here. Jewish phrase for kissing your butt.
Okay.
Because, the truth is, since I mean, it is a great agency, the MWRD.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see things heading along those lines? And you know what? I know you got a Rain Bureau program.
Yes.
So one of my favorite rabbis who lives around the corner, who doesn't like to be called rabbi because he's too modest, he got a bunch of rain bureaus.
From the water rec?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
he got to sign up with the alderman. I don't like my alderman. What can you do? And I won't get anything from her. He didn't know what to do with them. Can I swipe his and not tell anybody?
I don't know. That's between you and the rabbi and whoever.
Oh, no. He doesn't want to use them. But in other words, am I going to get in trouble with the law? Does it have to be, if he signed for them, does it have to be under his name? Or?
I'm not sure what the agreement is with, with the alderman, but basically, you're how many houses away from this person that you
Around the corner, literally.
Oh, okay. So basically, what the intention is to have the rain barrels distributed to reduce the runoff that's going into the sewer system, so it's not overloaded. So you would be helping sort of the same system, so it would be fine.
Okay, that's
as
good.
long as, but you better talk to the guy first to make sure he's okay with it.
Right. If I talk to the alderman, basically, she'd introduce an ordinance to have me hung.
Okay, but maybe the rabbi. That might be a good idea.
That I will.
But no, our rain barrel program has been very popular, and for any of your viewers, if they live in the area, please contact the alderman's office to get your free rain barrel. And if you're in another community, make sure that your alderman or a nonprofit organization gets on board with our free rain barrel program.
No, definitely. And by the way, we are endorsing very few candidates on the air this year. So don't be offended if I don't. But in some cases, the choices are really clear. So Jewish Chicago, as well as myself and the Northtown News Magazine, do endorse Mariyana Spyropoulos for re-election to the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. And anyway, I want to wish you good luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Do you have a punch number?
Punch number 133. Look for me, vote for me at 133. Mariyana Spyropoulos.
Set yourself free, vote 133. Thank you very much, Mariyana.
Thank you.